Hey boardies, welcome to AmassGames. My name is Simon. This is the top 13, maybe 10, maybe 13, we'll see where we get to, games to play in the bath. Now, why on earth are we talking about games to play in the bath? Well, mostly games behind me, as you can see, are games that you will play which involve cardboard or cards or something that you do not want to have things spilt on them. So if you go to a festival, and there is a top 10 list I've already made for games to play at a festival, it's a similar vein to that. Games basically that you can play pretty much anywhere. Games that you can play on the beach, games that you could play where you don't have to worry about rain too much or getting spoiled or stuff like that. Also, play in the bath, you could play a game solo. There's a few video cards I will be listing up here as well in relation to games that you might want to check out. Not all games will be in shot. Now, that is something that has been commented on before. Not every game I will have in front of me. That's partially because games are all over the place. This is just only a sixth of the collection, as some of you are aware. And some of them are other people's houses, including with my nieces who are playing some of these games too. Do let me know what your thoughts of these are. And of course, do like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell if you haven't done so already. Most people, as with any people that you watch online, typically are not subscribers. But of course, you'll be able to check out more videos, including another top 10 I'm going to make just after this as well. It is in the membership section where people have been asking about some other things, and that's why I've made this list. Okay, so the first game I'm going to talk to you about is a game which is not necessarily available in a format you could play in the bath, because there are wooden versions or cardboard versions, which is actually versions you can find on the channel, but there are plastic versions, and that's for the game Quirkle. So this is a two-player, or multiplayer in fact, games, which is an abstract strategy game, a combinatorial game designed by a female, which at the time was fairly uncommon. It's a shame it's for some reason been overlooked. I don't know why that's been the case, and I don't know why we even had to have that conversation around the fact that we've had certain people not making as many games. But Quirkle by Schmidt-Spiele and other publishers is a wonderful game, a very crunchy puzzly game, which will definitely not suit some people. Quite beautiful to look at. It has a kind of Azul look, but not as almost cleaner, almost sterile to some people. It's very not black and white, but there's 6 different colors. And do check out my video in relation to talk about that one. So next up is bananagrams. Now the plastic, well, the covering of this is kind of like polyester, so I think that's going to be fine in the bath. But it's actually the tiles. These are plastic tiles. We could definitely have Scrabble on this list too, which is what inspired bananagrams. But yes, this is a game whereby you can push people together, push pieces together, and it's pretty much the only game I would say on this list which is a purely solo available game as well. Yes, you can play it solo, a speed run through. Again, keep checking out these cards as well to check out how to play bananagrams. Next up, this is right in front of me here too. This will need multiple people. It is Perudo. Okay, so this is a game whereby it's a push your luck game. It's a bluffing game whereby you are trying to be the person who ultimately has dice at the end. Because if you guess wrong, and ultimately that's one way of actually triggering a die loss. That means you have fewer dice to play with as well. Okay, next up, this is a game which you'll typically not find in plastic format, but you can get it in plastic formats, and that is Jenga. Now, I have seen it played, and in fact, I played it in Peru, which is actually where I got this jumper from, or this hoodie, and that is a game whereby it's a dexterity game, pushing pieces around and trying to knock out these pieces. And wood is interesting because it has a grain, and of course, it's going to stick a bit too, so that's going to be quite interesting. Although there's a slightly lower surface area wing with wood, as I know, having made lots of pizzas, and how it slides off the wood better. That is the pizza dough or the base. Next up, this is another game which is my most watched video on the channel at time of recording, 95,000 views, over 330 thumbs. Please do thumb my videos as well. Please let me know what you've enjoyed thumbing, and of course, let me, when you do thumb, comment about it as well. And that is, like I said, over 330 plus thumbs, and that is Doppel. Now in particular, that's a Doppel playthrough video. Check out how to play video for Doppel as well. Someone's just commented prior to filming this, saying that they've played Doppel a different way, and there are 5 different versions. The playthrough, of course, is just showing one version. There are many versions to play, 5 in particular, and there's a separate video which I've just sent them a link for as well. So Doppel Beach, this is a plastic game version of it, so it's plastic cards, basically plastic laminate. All cards are laminated anyway, but these are, it's a small laminates, but these cards are fully laminated, 350mm GSM would reckon as well. There's another game I haven't put on this list, which I was going to tell you about, which you should check out, and that is For Northwood, a trick-taking solo-only game. So if you do want to play a game solo, play that in the bath. Yes, you will need some sort of mat. Check out my accessories playlist as well in relation to actually figuring out how to play something flat in the bath, and of course floating on a surface, which of course you may splash in terms of splash resistance. So next up, we have got Co-Report. This is a game I've featured on the channel numerous times. Check out my video for that. That is with my 4-year-old nieces. So this is a game about pattern matching and something of that ilk. When I'm saying of that ilk, it's because 3 to 4 year olds are starting to get the grasp of pattern matching, and that's why you should check that one out. Classic game coming up next, that is chess. Yes, I've got a plastic version, I've got multiple versions of chess. I've got some sculpted, individually made pieces from Poland. But my very first, my eldest version of chess that I own is a magnetic version. And of course, that will be fine in the bath. So make sure you check out my videos related to that particular game, such as the variants, including Amass chess, and check out this game over here, Cataranga, as well, which of course is a variant of chess. And I made a film of this, a playthrough video, which will be live this week. So that will probably come out after this video, I think, or maybe the day prior, but we'll see about that. Okay, next up, this is definitely a game that is suitable for the bath. This is Yogi. Quite a good idea to play in the bath. We'd like to try it in the bath. It involves plastic cards, whereby you are trying to do exactly what the card tells you to move in positions. Another female designer. There we go. So another person who we can feature in this list as well. That's by Bez. So next up, we have got a game which is, yes, combinatorial in its nature. And this is Hive, another 2-player only game, abstract strategy. Changed to about 20 minutes, so definitely most people stay in the bath by that kind of duration. I have a double wall bath myself, P-shaped. However, even though I think it could take an hour or something, 40 minutes, I think, yeah, 20 minutes might be enough. We'll play it twice as an example. A bit like with Cataranga, where it has Revanche, which basically means play it twice. Okay, so we've got 3 games left to show you. We've got Rory Story Cubes. In fact, you can play this solo as well with basically a game involving, in this case, 3 cubes. We can play it with more. And I think I've got a few playthrough videos available as well, which is just a story-making game, a cooperative game. Okay, so we've only got 3, or I'm actually noticing 4 to go. Let's talk about the well-known one, although card version is most known for. There's an £80 version of Hanabi Deluxe 2, in fact, involving mahjong-like tiles. You can, of course, check out my video for this as well. But here we go, look at these lovely, solid, huge pieces. Definitely a 2-player minimum game there as well. Again, that's a cooperative game. So there we go. Hopefully you found that of interest. 2 more to go. Now, this one is also combinatorial. This is the quickest game in the list, pretty much. Only 2 minutes to play, especially if you lose in particular, because the winning condition is the subset of the losing condition. This is Mamalath. This is one of my most played ever games, and this is a game all about trying to find out what the winning condition is, and the winning condition is the subset of the losing condition. A game that is inspired by an AI designed game. So this is a game all about trying to make sure you can get N in a row, that's 3 in a row, without having any animals where you're placing your flags. So you're placing flags to get N in a row, but get 3 of them, and then you will get yourself a victory. But you need to get your animals off first. Okay, in at number 1. Now, why is this number 1? We can play it solo. I've never tried it solo. It's basically making a cube 4x4x4. But this is Uptown, where you play on the bag. So the fact it comes with something that makes a surface that becomes your bag, even though you might need a relatively large bottle or something to put it on, as you know, humans are naturally not square or have large flat areas, then yes, this is a game whereby you are looking to build up, and especially when you're placing it, you're peering down anyway onto it. You're trying to get a view from the top. And again, check out my Nestor playlist, my abstract strategy playlist as well. You're trying to make sure that if you're playing red, or whether you're playing a grey and red goes first, you're placing out one of your unique shapes, which are 3D shapes, and you're placing them in here, and you'll legally place it, so you'll touch one of these locations. And again, if you can't go, you can't go. But yeah, you're trying to make sure that of these 7 different rows or columns, if you want to call them, you have the majority. So the minute red is winning, and then grey is going to respond. So you might think red might have a kind of an advantage, because actually grey might not be able to get to the end of the game, and that does happen sometimes. But at the same time, I guess grey can react. So that is where I guess grey might get the advantage too. But I generally find it's fairly evenly balanced. Again, give the game a couple of times if you want to as well. As always, if you feel I'm speaking too fast, just slow this video down. I do apologise if for some people this isn't their first language. There are, of course, subtitles as well, but please let me know your thoughts. But this is just an intro video. Check out those full videos as well. And what else have you played in the bath? Have you played a game in the bath? May you now play a game in the bath? And what would you like to play in the bath that you can't currently? So, speak again soon. Time to make another video. Thanks for watching, but for now, back to the table. And I deliberately chose not to wear a bath gown, just in case I may have put some people off, let's say. Okay, for now, thank you for watching. Back to the table.